I am ready for you. And give me a new set of problems, a name, an age, and what is going on?
All right, I'll line up one last caller for you. Meet Raj, 51 years old. He's been running a family-owned specialty spice business for 20 years, but recently his kids aren't interested in taking over. Let's see how we can help Raj navigate succession.
Raj.
I'm here, ready whenever you want to jump into the conversation. Just let me know.
All right, Raj, I hate to enter these conversations in such a dramatic way, but when I hear the word succession, what are we talking about here? What's going on?
I hear you. Well, my family's spice business has been my life's work, but my kids have their own past. I want to ensure it continues to thrive, even if it's not through family. That's where I'm at, Jeff.
Okay, well, this one, how old are your kids?
My oldest is 27, and the younger one is 24. They're carving their own careers, not in spices.
Yeah, I got that. What are they doing? I'm just curious.
One's a software engineer, and the other is pursuing a career in environmental science. So definitely a different path from cumin and coriander.
Well, Roger, listen, this conversation has to be very black and white, almost an actuary-based discussion. So it's not going to be a fun discussion because, listen, you're at a crucial point in your life. First of all, is everything at home, family, friends, everything stable, your health? Or is there any variables there that's pushing you to start thinking about these things in an urgent way?
Thankfully, health and family are stable. No urgent crisis, just me looking ahead. I want to plan thoughtfully, so when the time comes to step back, the business doesn't skip a beat.
Okay, so let's dig a little bit about the business, and then hopefully we'll have a more accurate overview. So you said the business is 20 years old?
That's right, 20 years strong. We've built a solid reputation supplying spices to restaurants and specialty stores. It's been my pride and joy.
Okay, and a family business?
Exactly. My wife and I started it together and it's been family run. But now with the kids branching out, I'm looking at other paths forward.
Okay. And are the kids, they left home, right?
Yes, they've both flown the nest. One's across the country and the other's local, but on a different path. So the business isn't really under radar.
And your wife is still helping at the spice business?
She stepped back a bit over the years, but she's still involved in key decisions. We're aligned in wanting to ensure the business transitions thoughtfully.
Well, when you start using these words, succession, transition, it sounds like you already made up your mind.
I'd say I've accepted that the next leader won't be from my family, but I haven't chosen the exact path. I'm open to selling, bringing in a partner, or maybe even a manager. I just want it done right.
How much do you know about business?
I know spices inside out and running this particular business. But when it comes to complex transitions, I'm no expert. That's why I'm here.
How many episodes of Shark Tank did you listen to in your life?
I've caught a fair few episodes, enough to know there's always more to learn. But I'm no shark myself, just trying to keep the waters calm.
When you say a fair amount, how many is that?
I'd say maybe a couple dozen episodes over the years. I've picked up some interesting bits, but I'm far from a filmmaking expert.
And are you somebody that's comfortable with social media and the YouTube and all that?
I'll be honest, social media isn't my strong suit. I focused on the business, but not the digital spotlight. I'm open to it, though, if it's part of the path forward.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out here, Raj, how much do you know about selling businesses, and what a business is worth, and without you and I going into like this long conversation about the ins and out of your business. So first of all, do you own the building that you operate from?
No, I don't own the building. We lease our space. As for valuing the business, well, I've got a basic idea, like revenue multiples, but I know there's more to it. I'm open to learning what I don't know.
Okay, so listen, I'm no specialist. I'm good at solving problems and telling you if you have a profitable business and when it's time to double down or not. So you got to listen to people that are really smart in those areas and that specialize in selling businesses, and you got to dive into their world and you got to get familiar, because it's really hard to sell a business, Raj. You understand? And you have to prepare for that. You can't just fantasize that when you're going to decide to sell your business, people are going to be lined up. The people that are going to be lined up fast are going to be the ones that are going to want to pick it up for 5 cents in a dollar. You understand? So it's oftentimes you have to, position the company, you have to structure, you got to have processes. I mean, you got to do a bunch of things that could take like half a decade until you're in a position where your company is worth enough money where you could retire. And I'm in my 50s too, and this should be an urgent warning for you. It's important that you have to look at this very, like I said at the beginning, almost like an actuary. You have to be very realistic in your view, and almost you have to shake yourself up. You understand? So you mentioned that, yeah, you did do some research. So you have a profitable business, obviously. After 20 years, you know your trade, right?
You're right. I do know my trade, and we've run a steady, profitable operation. I appreciate the reality check. I'll treat this with the seriousness it deserves. Time to get real strategic.
Okay, like how profitable are you?
We've been running at around a 15% net profit margin on average. So we're not just breaking even. There's a solid, consistent profit each year.
Okay. And financially at the bank, you have no loans. I mean, you're financially secure, or the reality of running a business in this economy is giving you the pinch.
We're in a stable spot. No major debts, and we've got a healthy cash flow. Of course, any business feels market pressures, but we're not in a pinch. That's why I want to plan thoughtfully while we're in a good position.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not the right guy for that, because first of all, I never sold, a business to completion. I sold my business once, and I was homeless. I had a deal of 1.2 million. I said yes, and then I canceled. So it wasn't a very good experience. 2 weeks before notary, I said, what am I doing? It was the biggest mistake of my life. So I never went through, and that was like 7 years ago, 8 years. And, so my experience has been really, I'm not the right guy for that. But I could tell you that from my experience, that you got to raise those bells way high. And I know, being in a transaction 8 years ago, that I canceled, that the exercise you need to do, don't do the mistake I did. And if you want, I'll share my mistake, and you could take anything from my mistake and apply it as a warning sign.
I'd appreciate hearing your lesson. Learning from others' experience is exactly why I'm here. Go ahead.
So you're gonna set a value for your business, and what you need to do is to set the value, but you also need to set the realistic the reality of how much money you're gonna have left after all the financial, governments, and everything is paid, and your mortgage is reimbursed, and well, in your case, you don't have a mortgage, but what I mean is you gotta think this out with a fiscalist, and you gotta set the value of your business in advance, so you don't enter a conversation with these brokers and stuff like that. You want to know in your mind, what are you looking for in terms of dollars and cents in a sale, and what kind of structure of sale do you need? Because certain structures are going to lower your tax brackets and others will increase it. And unless you're set on that, you can't really decide what kind of sale do you want. Do you want a cash sale? Do you want a seller finance? And all these things are gonna try to bring you closer to your number. So you have to reverse engineer the end of your life. You gotta think 20 years in front and say, okay, what kind of life do I want to live? And then work your way back and calculate the money thing and see if it's realistic. Okay. And then once you do that, you got to break your numbers down and you got to say, okay, well, here's what I need in terms of, cash money after everything is paid. If it's a cash deal, then you need a number if it's a seller financed. And then you got to go deeper. You got to set the criterias of seller finance. What are the things that you need in advance to be ironed out, because you're not willing to take that extra risk, because it's gonna affect your plan. So you gotta really think about all your angles. And there's a ton of people that talk about that on YouTube. And you should start creating a bookmark folder and go on YouTube and just dive into that world, man, and think this out and reverse engineer what you're planning for your life in advance. That's the advice.
That's sound advice. I'll definitely take that to heart. Getting clear on the numbers and structuring it thoughtfully. I appreciate you sharing your experience, and I'll approach this with that clarity in mind. Thank you.
All right, Raj. Thank you very much. Chat, tell me, how do you feel about Raj? Do you think he's good? I think he sounds like very grounded, very down to earth. I think he's got this figured out, but I would do the reverse engineering. And then, in this economy, you better have, if you're planning on selling your business, you better have like 3 or 4 different scenarios, because there's a good chance that if you're trying to sell your economy in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that you're going to have these preset scenarios already down in order to have those discussions. What do you think, chat?
I think you nailed it. Raj seems grounded, but having multiple scenarios ready, especially in uncertain times, will put him in a stronger position. Planning those ahead will give him confidence and flexibility. I think he's got this. He just needs that strategy.
Yeah. All right, chat. Thank you very much for this interaction today. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you, everybody. Take care.